Okay. This is Vince with Listings to Leads, and we're going to do our call today on Facebook for Keller Williams in the Baltimore area. So, Ty mentioned that some of you were here on last week's call, but we still want to kind of go over some of the basics real quickly to give you an overview of the core system. But then we're going to dive into Facebook and how to build brand and how to get leads and all that great stuff there. So, I'm going to show you one of our tools. This is not from your office, it's from another Keller Williams office, but I happened to be looking at it earlier today, and I thought this gives a good example of what our stuff does. This is a single property website, and it is built and all of our tools have a similar look and feel. We're going to have your branding, obviously, your contact information. We have the ability to share to various social networks right on this page. But one of the really cool things about our platform is these links on the left-hand side that say search all homes, Washington Township homes, what is your home worth, stuff like that. These are links that we call lead generation links. And so when I go in and show you the tools of all of our listings, you're going to see that you have the ability to control these links. So these links show up on the single property websites, the virtual tours, the e-flyer campaigns, the Facebook tools, the automated blog post, and all of our mobile, right? All of our mobile tools, and even on our signature blocks. So I'll show you what those signature blocks look like and all these other things look like. We'll go through it really quickly, but I want to point out that the difference between, one of the major differences is between all companies that do advertising for real estate, none of them have these kinds of links where we can say search all homes or Washington Township. And when we click that link, it'll actually take us off of our site to your website. And some of you have really awesome websites. Some of you are using the old Market Leader site. And that's sort of, those are great places to push people to. So as you're pushing people to get to your website where they can search, ideally it's going to ask them to register. That's really a key thing. Not everybody that sees your home, whether it's on email or whether it's on Zillow or Trulia or Facebook, they don't always want to buy your home. So you want to give them these options to get there. So that's a big deal, and I am going to show you what that looks like in your account. So I was actually looking at Will Featherstone's listings, and I popped up one here over on Starburn Path. And this is a single property website here, okay? There's a picture of a home, there's a few photos, there's a description. And remember, here's the logo, and here I said these lead generation links. So Will needs to put his photo in there, then his photo will show up. But we really want to make sure that these lead links are on the left in case somebody doesn't want to buy this particular home, they'll have some other options. So when we look at the listing dashboard, which is where your listings automatically flow in, you put them in your MLS, KWLS sweeps them, they give them to a company called ListHub, and ListHub delivers them to us, and then we start emailing all these tools to you. And if you set up your lead generation links in your profile, you will have the right links associated to the right listing. And as we click through here in the single property website, you click the red button, single property website, there's a virtual tour here. There are a series of e-flyers here. You can click the e-flyer button, you'll see all these e-flyers. They all have the same lead generation links I'm talking about. All the Facebook ads have the lead generation links I'm talking about. And then the blog post will actually set up a blogs in our, we'll host a blog on WordPress for you, and we will post these listings courtesy of the agent with the lead gen links that we're talking about. So let's get into that. Let's go, okay, what do we want to do for this home, which is in Columbia, right? First of all, let's go over to Will's website. And this is his website. Now, I don't know what this is. Ty, if you can tell me, do you know, this isn't one of the new Playster sites, is it? But anyway, the point of this is I'm going to click on here, and it points me, it's actually a default for Baltimore City. So I'm going to get rid of Baltimore City, and I'm going to type in, what is the word? Columbia. And it's down here on the bottom. And you have all kinds of sites. Some of you are using Market Leader, some are using Conversion, some are going to be using Playster. Whatever site is good for you that you want people to go to, then you want to copy the link. There's a web address up here. I don't know if you can read it, but it basically says featherstoneco.com/Columbia. And what that means is this is now just going to show me the Columbia listings. So this home down here on Starburn Path is in Columbia. I can go right here to the lead generation, select lead gen links, and I can say website URL, paste, make it active, and call it Columbia Homes for Sale. And that will show up on that listing. I can also click add more links. And this is a really important point, what I'm going to show you here. When people click those side links, around 20 to 30% of people click those side links, right? But I've got clients who generate a 50% click-through rate. And the way they do that is they think about what is the consumer going to want to look at. In this case, this home is $319,000. I'm going to put in a link that says Columbia homes under 400K. Okay, and I'm going to go back to his site and I'm going to adjust these filters, and I'm going to say, well, it's got to be. Well, I'm going to just click this one here, 300 to 400K. So now it's just showing me the Columbia homes for homes from 3 to 400K. So we'll do it that way since that's how the website is designed. And I think I should have that page here. So I'm going to paste this here and I'm going to say from 300 to 400K and click, I want to have, what is your home worth? And we'll just do that one for now, so we won't take up too much time. And once we make that change and we go back to this single property website and we refresh, we're now going to be looking at this single property website with some helpful links for the consumer. In case they don't want this, in case they don't want this particular home, they can now say, well, I don't want that, but you know what, this is 319, which is probably one reason why I even looked at it. So let's see the other homes in Columbia for 300 to 400, and bang, I drop right on this website, which is exactly what the consumer wants. And ideally, this is going to ask them to register, and that's going to help you. So that's really a key part to listings to leads. There are tutorials on it. If you want to know how to do that, you can go over here, and right above this green chain link button is a button here that is a link. It says lead gen links, and this will actually show you how you create the right lead generation links right there. So you really want to spend some time doing that because those lead gen links flow through the single property website. I'll click on it here. And what you want to do with the single property website is underneath, Will's picture isn't there, but underneath it are all these share buttons. Share these to the major social media platforms. Always put a social note, make it conversational. You will be surprised at the leads you get out of it. We got clients getting new listings out of LinkedIn. They're getting, new listing leads out of Facebook and everything else just by doing that simple thing there. For you, since you're at Keller Williams, click on this virtual tour, click on this branded virtual tour, and copy this link. It's the branded virtual tour. The branded virtual tour has your logo. It has the same lead generation links right there. So copy the hyperlink and put it inside KWLS, associate it to your listing. They will syndicate it to over 300 websites. That's good for you. More people see the links, more people click the links, more leads you get, okay? So that's gonna happen automatically. We are going to be connecting to your office YouTube account. You can also log into your own profile page and connect your own YouTube account. Right here, we're already connected. So when it's black underneath YouTube, it means that it is uploaded, it's done. But the e-flyers start to go out, and they should go out automatically. If they don't go out automatically, you can set it up on your profile to go out. But I'm gonna click this button here, and I'm gonna save the date. And I'm going to send this. And this is a seller engagement email. So a big deal, all our e-flyers have those links, but this particular one, the first one, is designed to get people excited about this home, the people that own the home. And it's saying these are all the tools. You can click on it to see this, to see some of the tools, but we're ready for the internet, we're ready for phones, we're ready for YouTube, Google, Facebook, email, Craigslist, etc. Now there's a banner that seems to be messed up down here, but we'll fix that up. But your picture should be down there and your contact information should be down there. So every time there's an e-flyer, there is also a Facebook ad. So I'm going to click right here, since we've got the lead gen link set up for this property. I'm going to click this e-flyer again, and I'm going to save the date. And I'm going to view it just so you guys can see it, so you understand what a real key piece of our platform is. When there's an e-flyer like this, there's also a corresponding Facebook ad. In this case, the home is for sale. Here's the home. Here's the normal information you expect with it. And then here are the links that I keep talking about. Columbia Homes under 300K. Columbia Homes for sale. So all kinds of lead gen built right into the website. But at the top of every flyer and in every Facebook ad, it says something like this. We have hired Will Featherstone at Keller Williams Excellence to sell our home. Will has created this and other tools to increase marketing exposure. Please share this with anybody so that we can get our homes sold faster. That's really the message here. And this is very novel for real estate. It is a pre-written ad from your homeowners to their friends and family and colleagues. These are the folks you intend to get referrals from in the future. So when these tools start dropping in your email, forward the e-flyer, forward the Facebook ad, give them a quick 5 or 10 second phone call and tell them you just sent in a couple of tools, take them and put them out on their Facebook, put them out there. They're gonna be motivated to get their home sold. They want as many people to see this as you do. And obviously this is all designed to capture buyer leads for you. So that's really a key part of it. So get those tools out. We send these things out to you automatically when the listing hits the program. Just read the instructions in the email and follow the steps. If you want to post to Craigslist, there's a Craigslist button out here. We're going to set up a blog for the office, and we will post every one of these listings, courtesy of you, the agent, to that blog. Okay. So inside the account is a section called landing pages. And here, landing pages, this really gets into the heart of a lot, especially this right-hand side, about what's going on Facebook. So I'm not going to play around in your account right now. I'm going to go into my demo account. And when I go there, I'll kind of show you the kinds of tools that you want to use on Facebook and how and why. Okay. So when I log out, whenever you log out, you're always going to see getting started. You can join our live webinars. We do a Monday training class every Monday. Every Tuesday, we do a Facebook training class. And then there's some tips here. We always, you'll want to join our mastermind group. There is a weekly blog post that we put, which is like the key things that came out of that group. So if you don't get time to scan it, you can always go down in here and look at it. Facebook advertising, which is what we're going to jump into a little bit here in just a minute, is also discussed right here. So if you feel like you forgot what I said, you can see the latest tips. You can see some guides here and some information. And then this section here is really kind of the key way to market your listings. If you have listings, here's a link here. It says, here's 18 ways to generate buyers and sellers from your listing. All kinds of tools that are auto-generated or special ones that you want to grab. We go right here to look at new ways to generate your listings, and then join our community. And this is our mastermind group. And I recommend that you guys join our mastermind group. If you are not already a member, when you get to the right-hand side of this page, it will show you a button that says click to join, right? And do that, join, because a lot of our clients are here talking about what's working. We talk about what's new. And people will, we generate a lot of new tools. We generate new tools to help you generate leads, I'd say about every 2 weeks. And you're going to hear about them first here, right? This is the latest, one of the latest tools. This is a signature bar. So, you've got I've seen a lot of Keller Williams agents have cool signature bars, and that's cool. Ours, like everything else, are designed to generate leads. So here we've got, your contact info and a nice logo, and everybody gets that with a signature bar. But all these, check your home value, Jackson Homes for Sale, these are all links right out of your email that will point either to your website or to landing pages that we supply for you. So get in our mastermind group, scan it a few minutes every week because it's super valuable. So I'm going to log in now into my account so that we can talk about Facebook, okay? Now, I'm actually going to show you, I don't know how many, Ty, it would be really cool if you could put in the little chat panel. I'd like to know what percentage of your people use Facebook just personally, um, and what percentage of people use Facebook to generate business, right? Because I know there's a lot of realtors who just don't want anything to do with Facebook. And I got to tell you, what you should know about Facebook is 71% of adults in the United States are on Facebook. Whether you like Facebook or not, the majority of your target market are there. So what we're going to talk about today is how to build a brand in that space and how to generate leads in that space. Now, there's a guy here. When you log in every day, there's a call. We got two calls. One okay, the room's 100%. Awesome. Boy, that's awesome. 100%. That's great. So there's a cool recording here with a guy named Neil Wolf from Keller Williams, Naples. We set up the Naples office well over a year ago, and he is using Facebook. He's also using one of our kind of hidden sleeper tools on Craigslist and generating a lot of really good leads. So I recommend you watch that. But this call down here, it says view recorded webinar with Shannon Pyatt. This guy is killing it on Facebook. And he joined us a while ago. He's been learning what we're doing. And we trained him on what I'm going to train you on right now. And he applied it. And one day we were doing a webinar together. And he said, in the webinar, in the little chat panel like you just typed in, he said, you guys are so right. I generated 900 leads in the 5 months I've been with you. And Shannon is not a, this is one of the agents been in the business a long time. He's tested out all the programs. He's burnt money with many companies in real estate. And he has found that just taking his money and applying it to Facebook advertising with our tools, that's all he does now. And he is going to show you what I'm going to show you. But if I talk too fast, or if you want to see it differently from an agent's point of view, watch that recording. It's right there. Over here, also about Facebook, here's a big button. First of all, you can join our mastermind group right here. So log in and click that button and join. This Facebook advertising also gets into learn how to run an ad in under 2 minutes. This is actually how to run a Facebook ad and to do it correctly. One of the key landing pages that everybody wants is, what is your home worth? Get a property valuation, get some seller leads. So how to create this and do it is right here on this page. And then there's another webinar if you want to watch other realtors talking about this. Right here, it's always going to be their front page. So let's talk a little bit. Let's go to the listings page and let's talk about what you need to put on Facebook, okay? Because a lot of agents come to us because they want property valuation pages, right? I want to put property valuation pages on Facebook because I'm hearing about that from all these people, and that's how they're getting listing leads, and that's awesome. But that is not really, that's not it. You got to think of this a little more holistically in terms of if you really want this to snowball and really dramatically grow your business. And that is done not by just putting property valuation pages, but by building a brand on Facebook, okay? And the way you build a brand is, well, first you got to have a business page, something to build around, right? But secondly, you need to put stuff out there. Use that business page to get in front of people. And there are two particular tools that a lot of our agents use, and I want to point them out to you now, okay? They are the listing landing page. There's a column over here to the right of the Facebook ad. And if you click this, let's see here which one I'm going to click. I'm going to click this Naples listing landing page. And in this case, it says it's just sold. Right up on the top. You could do a property as coming soon, just listed, open house, price reduced, under contract, and of course just sold. And the key to this landing page is that if they want more information on this, all they got to do is fill out this form and give you their contact information. So if I click get the information, what happens? I get dropped on the single property website for this home, and all the information that I want is there, right? Over here that pops up is a little email that says, hey, you got a lead, right? So this is me as a real estate agent getting the lead from that little single property website, not single property website, from the from the listing landing page. So, uh-oh, sorry, I got some music. I gotta get off there. So this is the single property website, but this is the listing landing page. And you want to, what's nice about this, let's remember why I even brought this up. We're building a brand. And part of that is your tools got to look good. And this looks pretty good, right? You can put a big pit image of the home on there and use a high quality photo. It's going to look great. And when people see it on Facebook, the picture is going to look great. And they're going to click on it and land on this thing. It's going to look great. And then they're going to fill this out and they're going to get more information. You're going to get a lead. Okay. So that's one of the key tools. The other one is the single property website. So let's click the single property website, which is the red button with a white house on it. And you know that when we did the listing landing page, we clicked, we filled it out, we got dropped right on this page, right? We got dropped right on the single property website. So you kind of want to think of it this way. In here, there's a lot more lead generation, right? There are links to my website, Maple Grove Homes for Sale, Maple Grove Homes for 500K. We talked about that earlier. Search all homes for sale. What is your home worth? And then follow this home is just going to pop up here in a few seconds anyway. It's just automatically designed to do that. So this page has a lot of lead gen built in. This is a single property website. Looks just like the virtual tour. Lead gen built all over the place. So it has a different look, and that's key to building a brand. You want always for people to see your tools, but you don't want them to always see the same thing. Notice this little banner up here says for sale instead of just sold, instead of coming soon, instead of open house. That's a key to building your brand again is, hey, market the same home multiple times. You'll see the status column over here. This AC means active contingent, just sold, coming soon, right? So if I click on the single property website here, my little banner on the right says coming soon. I got all kinds of lead gen links on the left-hand side. And that's what this is all about. Tell the market with Facebook, I have homes coming soon. I have homes just listed. And of course I have homes just sold. If you do postcards and stuff like that, you know why you do it. You want people to know you're a realtor. Well, now, since 71% of the people in your market are on Facebook, use these tools and put them out on Facebook to let them know you're a realtor. While you're doing that, go up to the landing page section up here and start putting out some property valuation pages. Okay? And you can hover over these. This is property valuation plus one. And then we've got things for growing family and empty nesters, and you can change the pictures in the background, and you can do this. So let's kind of do it the way that let's just say it's you, right? In the first time. Let me click in here and see if I've done this before. I know I have done this before, so yeah, I've got a Baltimore one. So this is what you need to do. And so we're going to kind of dive in a little bit deep here. But let's say it's the first time you logged into your account and you need to create a Baltimore page, right? And actually no, I'm just going to keep it here because I'll get distracted. But let's say, I know you're not in Baltimore proper, you're in some town elsewhere. So if you want put in the name of your town, you're in Timonium. So I'm going to type in Timonium. Oh, that sounds, okay, great. That's all you need to type. Type it correctly, Timonium, and click save. And when you wait a second, the web page is going to tell you, it's still doing its thinking here. It's going to tell you in little letters right in the center of the page, we have created a series of landing pages. That means I now have a Timonium page under every one of these buttons. Click over here on the FSBO. At the bottom, I got a Timonium FSBO page. You can find FSBOs on Craigslist. You can find them on Zillow. You might buy a list of them. Get this in front of them and say, hey, do you want some free tools? Go to our mastermind group here I was just talking about. One of the agents was just saying how he uses our platform, gets in front of these FSBOs, gives them all the free tools because you can just add the listing manually, give that person a bunch of tools, and then he said almost every time he gets that listing. So here's something to get in front of FSBOs. But what we really want to focus on right now is Property Valuation Plus, okay? So down at the bottom, I have a Timonium page. Okay, so I click on it and here it is, right? So this is designed to give the consumer an instant valuation. Now, I haven't been to Timonium, but I'm going to guess that this does not look like Timonium Street, right? So I'm going to do a quick search because a lot of real estate agents, they get bogged down on this one. So Timonium is in Maryland, and I'm going to click that and let's see what pops up. So I want to talk about the background image because if this is generic, you got to think of it this way. Here's really what you're doing when you put this on the website. You're asking somebody to give you their contact information. And I'm pretty sure you don't like to put your contact information anywhere on the internet, right? We just don't need the spam. I get a ton of email. I know you do. And these people you're targeting do as well. So this little generic page, it's not really confident building, right? So what does help? One of the first things that helps this is by getting the right image. And I'm going to click here. Now, I don't know that building. I don't know. Does any of this stuff look like your neighborhood? This is pretty cool. But what you're looking for is an area. Now, that's downtown. I was actually there. I was actually just there recently. You're looking for an area that really reflects your area, your local area. Now, I'll tell you this, while I'm doing this, this is what you need to know. And I'm going to give this to you. Ugly glass building is good. Great. So that's good. That's good. So here's the thing. You can't see it. When I hover over it, it says, oh, that's cool. It's 500 pixels by 332 pixels wide. So I'm going to go a little bit deep here, guys. And I want you to pay attention. I'm going to give this to your recording, but just know. I'm going to click on more. No, I'm going to click on search tools. And I'm going to click on size. And you want to go to 4MP because these are the pictures that are large enough. Then you want to go to usage rights and labeled for reuse. Okay, so that means this picture is here. I'm going to guess, let's just hope that this little picture here that I'm hovering over is really your, oh, actually it's Annapolis. It's Annapolis. So let's not do that. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. It's in my account. But you get it. Click on View Image and save the image. And I'm going to change it here. Just put it there. Ogden, yes, yes. Then go back to Listings to Leads and click Edit Landing Page. And right down here in the first section, Upload Background Image. Choose that. And I have that picture hidden somewhere. I think it was called Ogden, yeah. And go down to the bottom. And before I do that, I want to change, it says you can customize. This is the only thing I want to customize. And I'm pointing this out because I know how realtors are. I talk to them way too much. And you know how there's all kinds of stuff on this page? Many realtors read all this stuff and they think, I got to do everything. I got to check everything and do every box. You don't. These are the two things I want you to do. I want you to change that background picture, and I want you to change this to this second line to get your answer in less than 15 seconds. And I'll show you what that does. I will point this out. Listings to Leads, farm lead generation letter for your farm area. You can actually, this is a pre-written letter. If you click this button here, it's a pre-written letter branded to you for your farm market that says, hey, if you want to get your home value in Timonium, go here. So watch this. It's really useful. We pre-write it, you print it, you mail it. I think you get it. Save these updates at the bottom and then go up here to view and let's look at what that looks like. So now this page looks good, right? Now I know it's not Timonium, but you kind of get the idea of what we're talking about. So you want to get a property valuation page on Facebook. Why? Let me fill it out. You want to get it out in front of people any way you can, right? Not just on Facebook. You want to put it on a just sold postcard. You want to put it on a just listed postcard. Here's just listed. Get your home value now, right? This page, I just typed in my address. What does it do? It shows me a picture of my home and says, hey, is this right on the left-hand side? Yeah, That is right. And so once I get there, it says, great, we got your valuation. But to get it, I got to get the contact info. Why are you interested? Oh, I need to sell soon. Click for report. And then what happens? The consumer is dropped on the estimate. Your contact information is right there on the side. And if they want, they can schedule a quick consultation with you, right? So this is one of the key tools that people like to use to get leads on Facebook. Okay, that's it right there. So before we go run an ad, I want to point out what it is we want to do. Of course, we want seller leads. And by the way, if you can't see it right here, there's an auto response coming via listings to leads from me, the agent, to me, the consumer. So you get the lead, and I can kind of go find that in my email. You, the real estate agent, gets the lead. The consumer gets an auto response from you, right? And it's asking, hey, have you done any recent upgrades, things like that? And it's starting that conversion process, right? Let's get the dialogue going. So back on listings to leads, we know where to get the landing pages. We get a landing page, we get a property valuation plus, and we get the landing page, right? You want to put this out on Facebook. But you also don't want to neglect that if you go to your listings page, remember that page, that property valuation landing page, it's asking people to give them your contact info, right? I mean, that's basically it. And for that to get to work in your benefit, for people to give you that contact info, I really recommend that you have a brand. And you develop that brand by putting out smaller ads of single property websites and listing landing pages, right? So let's grab a listing landing page and let's go do that right now. I'm going to go use my little Naples one. And I'm going to copy the link right at the top. And I'm going to go to Facebook, okay? And if you've got a business page, you need to go up here. There's a little navigation bar, and there's a little blue triangle pointing down. Click that and click Create Ads. And when I click Create Ads, it kind of goes through this little deal here. So let's give it a second to do its magic. And in case you don't know this, I am going to explain to you why this is so powerful. It gives you some objectives. Sorry. This one is to send people to your website. Just as a side note, people often ask, should we boost our stuff for likes and stuff like that? No, don't waste the money. Don't waste your money, okay? Send people to your website. Here's another fun thing right here that realtors love to get distracted on, Facebook pixels. What I'm showing you to succeed, you do not need to worry about Facebook pixels. If you want to like bang your head against the wall and learn something new, knock yourself out. But for you to generate business, just click this button down here that says audience and budget. And this is really one of the key things. This is why this thing is so powerful. It is this section right here, okay? So can you tell me, Ty, what is the zip code for Timonium? Okay. Now, I'm at a market. The key thing, I don't want to market, thank you, 21093. Okay. 21093. 21093. So when I do that, it says I want everybody in Timonium to see this. I'm in a bracket that I don't want anyone under 24 to see it because that just doesn't help me. So this is key. 21093 is key, especially if I'm going to run a page like this, which says, what is your Timonium home worth? Okay? Because I don't want somebody that lives 10 miles out of Timonium to see what is your Timonium home worth, because they're going to click it and then they're going to go, oh, well, I don't live in Timonium, right? So, but this one is just saying, hey, I've got a home that just sold. So if I got a home that's just sold, oh, what's that? This is the wrong page. Oh, yeah. I don't want necessarily just for people here to see it. So I'm going to delete this zip code. I am going to add location. I'm going to type in Timonium, Maryland. Okay. and it does things a little bit differently. I don't know if you can see it, but it says Timonium plus 25 miles. That might be too far, but Timonium plus 10 miles, I think that's kind of good, because if I would actually want to have business in Cockeysville, right? Or what is that? Owings Mills, right? I want people over there to also know I'm a realtor. Maybe not 25 miles away, but certainly 10 miles away. So because I'm building a brand, and I'm saying I've got an open house, or I have something just listed or just sold or something under contract, I want to do that radius of 10 miles. So you start by typing in the name of the city up here, you bracket the age of people that you want to be there, and then you just sort of start going from there. There is a section here that's targeting, detailed targeting. Many people tell me it's really useful and very powerful. We never train on it, and our clients are very successful with it. Yeah.
One of my favorite things is the exclude button. I exclude real estate realtors, real estate agents, real estate professionals, brokers.
Totally.
I don't want those people to pay. I don't want to pay those people to look at my links.
Exactly, and you're totally right. And that actually, we have been talking about that. I forgot to mention it, but excluding realtors is a super smart thing to do, right? And so, but there are things that in detail targeting you can go for homeowners, right? You can even set a net worth filter and stuff like that. I don't really recommend it. I think that having too tight of a filter just doesn't work to your advantage. But down here is a key element of what you're doing. You want to set a budget. Don't set a daily budget. Set a lifetime budget. I'm going to explain this in a second. And I'm going to set a lifetime budget of 20 bucks. Okay? And this ad's going to start today, and I'm going to end it. What is, oh yeah, I'm going to end it here on Monday. So I'm going to spend 20 bucks total for a bunch of people to see that I have a home that just sold. Okay? And it tells you over here the estimated daily reach. It's almost 2,000 people a day. So for $20 in 4 days, I don't know, 6, 7, 8,000 people are going to see that you have just sold a property. If you think about it, I don't think there's any place that you're going to get 5,000, 6,000 people to even know you're a realtor in 4 to 5 days, right? Not for 20 bucks. And when they click on it, are they even going to know, this is just like ridiculously powerful. And that's why we're talking about it. So make sure and bracket your dates, set the thing to a lifetime budget. It actually just works in your favor of how you're going to get the ad placement. And then click choose ad and creative. Okay. And again, I want to point out all those fun things that are here that are designed to distract realtors. This stuff up here, don't worry about it. Okay. Come down here, and I want to point out a little bit what's going on here. There's a nice picture of the home. So when you're doing this, really think a little bit about using a beautiful photograph. You'd be surprised of how a mediocre photo just underperforms every time compared to a beautiful shot. And I don't know, you don't need to have a pro photographer, but just think about how you're composing it and think about time of day or whatever. Maybe it's a kitchen shot. Maybe it's a front door shot. Whatever it is, you can change it up from time to time. But I want to point out here, right here as I'm doing it, it's saying sponsored by Listings to Leads, and that's because I work, with Listings to Leads. For you, it's sponsored by you, the realtor. And that is a really important thing to do because that's building the brand, right? And so over here, it says Naples, and it's picking up the word somewhere from the page, but you might want to change that to anything, right? I'm just going to say recently upgraded, just because I can't think of anything right now. And I want you to see that when I make that change up here in this box, headline, it changes this down here to recently upgraded. Get the current price and photo details more now. That's just our generic stuff. There's got to be something about your home that is key, right? Of why somebody would want to buy it. New kitchens, in an awesome neighborhood, right? What you know what you're going to put here because it's going to be special about that house. But whatever you put here is going to show up over here on the right-hand side. New kitchen in awesome neighborhood. Now, if you got really a lot of things to say, you'll notice that this is a very simple ad, right? Like not a lot there. When you're there's a section here that says show advanced options. And this gives you a couple more hundred characters to add, I think, new see link description. Yeah. You know, you could say, you know, I don't know, rebuilt from the ground up, right? Ground up last year, right? You get it. Whatever you want, right? And whatever you put here is going to show up underneath this recently upgraded. So there's some things that, you know, there's some homes where some of that detail is important so that people will look at that, okay? So here's a couple of more key things to know. Mobile newsfeed. Mobile newsfeed, it means, you know, half of people use Facebook, you know, on their smartphones all day long, right? So you want this to be mobile, right? And that's because this one says it's just sold. I'm building a brand. You want to build your brand over mobile. You may not want to use mobile when you're asking them for their home value. Sometimes, especially during the week, right? You're at Starbucks getting a coffee and you're looking at Facebook and I see this and I click on it and I pay and you pay for it, right? Maybe that's not the time. Maybe you're sitting in a meeting and you're looking at Facebook and you click on this and you, the agent, pay for it. So maybe that's not the time, all right? But when you're building a brand and you want to say just listed, coming soon, open house, just sold, mobile is awesome. Instagram, sure. If you don't want to use Instagram, remove it. We don't know enough about Instagram yet, but there it is. Right top desk column, I think you remove it. If you don't know what that is, there is a center column. We'll go look at it in a second. The right end, a lot of people know, like, hey, that's not really a place that's too effective. Then you place the order, and that's it. And this will be pushed out for a number of days, and at the end, Facebook will say your ad is complete, and here's how many people looked at it, viewed it, reached it, clicked it. That's all good information to know. And what you want to pay attention to there is when you get that results, you want to see, well, okay, thousands of people saw it. How many people clicked it? If it was 0, you got to ask yourself 2 things. Was my picture good enough? And was my language compelling enough to get people to answer, right? This is really key when you do this page over here, what is your home worth? There's some really key language to running an ad like that. When you're writing that ad, which shows up right here, some key points to say is, what I always like to say is, click here to get your answer. And I type it right here, right? Click here to get your answer in your home value. Automated home value in less than 15 seconds. This is the second time I said that, right? Here's the key of why this message is important. Because it's saying automated home value in less than 15 seconds. That's letting me know that I don't really have to talk to you. I'm going to get my answer right now, right? And, you know, people really don't want to talk to you until it's, you know, it's drop dead. I'm ready to make that decision. But you still want to get them as a lead and start warming them up to you, right? So when you run an ad for property home value, you do it exactly the same way, except you change the language a little bit. And when we did that zip code versus 10 miles out, we want to keep it just to the people living in Timonium to see that page. Now, I don't know the density out there, but I think I kind of glanced at it when I ran this ad. For clients that just run an ad for property valuation, I usually suggest $20 a day on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And you'll get, and that means it's $60 over the weekend. For many clients, they get somewhere from 20 to 50 to even 100 listing leads in one weekend. Okay. You won't get that many when you're running an ad for $5 a day for 4 days because it's a pay-per-click. There's just not going to be that many clicks. But what you're doing here is you're building the brand. thousands of people are starting to recognize that you're a realtor. And that's the key. So when we go over here to the listings page, and you can do this whether it's your own listings or if you're borrowing listings or they're HUD listings or whatever, you use these tools and you put them out on Facebook, and people start to see that you're a realtor, and there are multiple abilities to capture leads throughout the process. So a couple things to point out here. You notice that some say just sold, some say active contingent. You can actually, this one here, it's active contingent. So I'm going to click it and say, well, now it's no longer active contingent. It just sold. Okay. And when I do that and I save it at the bottom, it actually, listings to leads should kick out a single property website to me automatically. But if it doesn't, I can just click this single property website, and now it says just sold. Okay. And over here, my email.
Howdy there, folks.
Because,
I'm Quinn of Snazzy Labs, and look, I know people say it's impossible to love.
Because I just got, I just changed it to just sold. Here is my e-flyer, right? And over here is my little Facebook ad, right? Social media post. So this is like generally the free stuff that you can use on Facebook, right? And so when this comes to me as an agent, it's saying send this to your client and copy, and tell your client to copy what's between the red lines and put it on Facebook. Okay. And I'm gonna just show you that, because this is a free part. This does not require pay-per-click. When I go here and I paste that message, skip. What did I do? Sorry, hold on a second, guys. I got fouled up there. I'm lost. Give me a second. Let's see here. I'm totally gone. Well, we're gonna have to go back. I'm sorry about that. Something popped up and my brain froze. So this is the single property website. You can copy this and you can go back to Facebook and you can run this as just sold. Okay, so that was really the point. I got all these things flying at me and just totally got lost. But again, you place the order and you do it, just the way I had showed you. So what we did just now is we actually ran an ad. We are about to run an ad. Let me ask, Ty, do you think we need to do that again? I know I talk while I'm clicking and stuff like that. Should we run that again? Do you want me to run it from the property valuation side? This one here.
And then creating the Facebook ad. There was a couple notes.
Where do you put the link?
You take the link from Listings Leads, and then we create the ad. That's the first question that it asks you. It's what's the link that you drive to. So it's literally, it's click create ad. It's first box.
Yeah. So let's do that again. Let's do this. We're going to run a property valuation page. We're going to just start fresh, right? Now, I'm going to click on Property Valuation Plus, because that's my favorite one. And I'm going to click on the Timonium page, and it's going to pop this up. And I showed you how to get the picture and upload it and stuff like that, right? So what do we do here? We go to copy this link right here. Just copy the URL at the top of this landing page and go to Facebook. And go to Create Ads. And at this point, it'll spin around for a second. And sometimes it's different. Facebook is always testing stuff across the country. But what you're looking for is the option to send people to your website. Click on that, and it gives you a box. Right-click and paste your URL to our landing page, and then click on the little blue window that pops up. And you'll see that this is beginning the magic right there, right? And then all you got to do is set an ad budget. Set audience ad budget. Now, let's remember, we only want people in Timonium to see this. So, Ty, can you tell me again, what is that zip code 21093?
Yeah.
Okay. Nope, that's not it. That's Towson.
Well, it's close enough.
Okay. So, okay, yeah. Oh, that's funny. It is. It is the same place. Okay. So you can see it showing me only the people living there are going to see it. Now, I don't want people who are 18 to see this. I'm going to put a minimum of 28 years old, right? And that's it. I could click here and exclude realtors, but this is a property valuation page, so my budget is different. I'm again going to set a lifetime budget. I'm going to set it for $60. Now you can do it a little bit less. You can do it like $10 a day if you want. Of course, you'll get fewer results, but that's okay. I want to start this on Friday, and I want to end this in March. And when you click end, it pushes you out a month on Monday. And it says maximum $60, $20 a day. Notice to the right, 1,000 to 3,000 people on Facebook are going to see this every day. Okay? Choose ad and creative. Again, there's this top section. You can kind of ignore it. And let's wait while it's doing this thing down here. Okay. It shows me the picture of the home, not of the home, of the area. And since I made that funny slip, I want to point out when you are putting a background picture for a home value page, do not put a picture of a home. Put a picture of a landmark. Put a picture of anything in Timonium that people are going to recognize. A park, a bridge, downtown, a downtown city street is totally fine. So it says Timonium home values. I'm going to leave that. But what do I like to put here? Click here to get your automated online home valuation in less than 15 seconds. There's some other great ads, and if you join our mastermind group, you'll see people sharing the ideas that they do. And there's two concepts that people really tie in property valuation. Excuse me. One is they tie it to a home, and they'll say, this home just sold for 10% over asking. Click here to get your your online home evaluation. Right. That's a way of doing it. This home was in contract in 7 days. Click here to get your online home value. Right. You want to think of what compels people to get something to click like this. For me, getting an online home value in less than 15 seconds, that's pretty good. Remember earlier I was talking about mobile. Since we are running this on the weekend, mobile is good for this. Because there's a few pages of this, so you want to make sure that they're going to take the time to fill that out. But mobile also means iPads, right, and tablets and stuff like that. And if I'm sitting there watching TV or the game or whatever, and I see this pop up, I might actually fill that out. So that can work. Desktop right column, I'm still not interested in that. And that's it. Okay. So you can see we went through that one pretty quickly. That was, even with me yapping like that, it was probably less than 5 minutes. It does not take a lot of time for you to reach thousands of people for a few bucks with really powerful tools that can get consumers answers and you leads. Any questions on this?
Oh yeah, no, got lost. So that's pretty cool. I actually just did that this morning. So as soon as you put the listing or the listing gets grabbed from listings to leads, you'll get an email with like, click here to get automated. Get it all started. It runs by itself. It sends you an email that says, please copy and paste this forward to your seller. And then it's an email to them. It looks like, you go back to where they posted on their Facebook.
Yeah.
So it said, "Dear Sally Seller, I created these tools to help market your property. The more eyes that see it, the better." And so yada yada yada. And then it says, "Copy and paste what's below or in between the red lines to your Facebook."
Okay.
Then they posted and it says, "The dude, Keller's Excellence has created these tools to market my property, and my house is now for sale." This is a site that says, click here for more information. something.
Yeah.
Go to do the just listed.
I'm going to do.
Okay. So
well, this is just sold, and it's always the same kind of thing. We're always talking about you, the agent, and we're talking about you, the agent, in the office.
this is what this
Right.
what's in there.
In this one,
No.
since it's just sold, it's a pre-written testimonial that automatically drops in your mailbox. You just got to forward it to your client. And let me just show you what this looks like, right? What I'm doing right now is I'm showing you what you want your client to do. You forward it on to them. You call them, and you say, "Hey, I just sent you an e-flyer and a Facebook ad." And they should use them both, but the bare minimum is you definitely want them to use Facebook, because if they are on Facebook, they've got a couple hundred friends that do not know you're a realtor. And all they have to do is paste this. And it says, "Hey, our home just sold, and we want to recommend you," and post. And when you post it, there's a big picture of the home. And there's your name and phone number saying you did an excellent job, and if you got questions, call. And if the consumer clicks any of this, it pops up this page that's just designed to capture leads for you. This here video, this is a side note. If you have video content like a testimonial or a property video or an area video, you can incorporate it right into this system. Okay? So it's a great thing for testimonials, but that's just sort of a side note.
Review the final sales price. And then that's a question.
Okay.
Right. Get the final sales price. It pops up automatically, I think, in 10 to 15 seconds.
Okay.
And then when they put their information in for the final sales price, do they get what it actually sold for from our listings and leads account, or does it take them to like, we'll contact you later for more information?
I think it takes us, let me just fill it out. I think it gets you a what do you call it? Just an auto response. It doesn't actually give that number. And so this says thank you from the agent. And then somewhere in the world, some emails are flowing around. Me as the agent will get a lead saying this person wanted to know the final sales price, and the consumer will get an auto response. Let's see if I have it here. Yeah, I don't see it yet. But that'll flow through, and that's really what that's designed to do. Also, your leads are captured right here in the leads section up here. Right. And so you can see that this is the one I just filled out. Follow this home. And it says this person wants something at this email. Does that make sense? And it gives you the address so you know what property they're looking at.
That's I have a question.
Yeah.
So back to your listings, and then blogs.
Blogs?
Yeah. So KW, as you know, is rolling out Playster form for all of our websites. I already have my Playster site up and running, but it's not. There's not a Playster option. Which one of these do you recommend I use? I thought that WordPress would work best, since Playster is a WordPress site, but it doesn't. It actually look good. So Active Brain looks the best. But do you know, are you working on a Playster?
Let me ask you this. On Playster, do you have different templates that you can use?
Kind of.
Okay.
But the blogs are all just the appearance of the page.
But yeah, so I think, Ty, my recommendation is let's talk about that. Let's look at that, because I would have thought WordPress is it, because Playster is a WordPress platform. But the formatting is kind of it's always unique. That's why you have these different. But if you can point to me like this is what all blogs look like on Playster, we will create a tab like this on the top where it says Blogger and Active Brain, and we'll just do all this for Playster.
Okay, I'll send it to you.
Okay, great. Yeah.
It's not integrated with conversion, right?
A lot of our clients use conversion, but not for the blog, but certainly, the lead gen links on the side, our clients love that because they want more people on the conversion side. You know what I'm saying there?
I can explain that.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Thanks again. And then I'm going to do a Q&A right now with me. So if I have anything that I don't answer, I'll shoot you a text or give you a call.
Awesome. Thanks, Ty, and thanks everybody for taking the time today. I will get this webinar up online and get it back to you.
Cool. Appreciate it.
Okay. Have a good one.